All right, so we are in the car right now. We've just dropped off Conrad at daycare, and we are on our way to Tempe, where we're going to be touring a house that the owner is open to selling. It is a for rent by owner. It's not on the market. This is an off-market property. I found it because I've been kind of turning over stones looking for off markets. I've been writing letters. I don't really call owners. A lot of people will do that, but it can get annoying. So what I did yesterday was I looked at what is available for rent by owner on Zillow. That means that they're not working with an agent, and for all I know, they're not selling the property. But hey, you never know. So I called this individual yesterday. It looks like it's vacant. It's a house that could be perfect, and he is open to selling it. So we're on our way right now to take a tour, and there will be a bunch that I'm looking out for, and I'll share that with you. All right, so we're here in the living room. This is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, about 2,100 square feet. So the reason why, if you're looking at student rentals, the 5-bed, 3-bath is preferable is 5-bedroom is really the sweet spot. When students look at pricing a rental for themselves, they do it really on a price per head basis. If you get over 5, it becomes really like a party house. So I feel like 5 is the best. Now, if you're looking at a 3-bathroom is a lot better than 2 because typically you'll have one for the master, or in this case it's kind of a dual master. So each master will have their own bathroom, and then the number of people that will need to share the hall bath will be 3. And I would consider that to be the maximum number of people that want to share a bathroom. If it gets more than that, it becomes less competitive. It's not as preferable for tenants. Nice bedrooms, clearly new carpet. Yeah, if you've seen one bedroom, you've seen them all. Nice sized closets, nice sized rooms as well. So this is the first master. So this was the master originally. Oh, look at that. Look at that, dual shower heads. Awesome, from top down. Yeah, so now we're outside. We've got this nice little desert scape area. This is what I like to call low maintenance. Nice and easy, nice and clean. Dual master, 5-bed, 3-bath in a good location in Tempe. This is a very solid student rental property. Now the price he's asking for the property is $400,000, which means to purchase you would need to purchase as an investment you would need a down payment of 25%. So what I'll do after this is run the numbers and see if it works out based on my rent projections. I think he's saying right now he has approved tenants at $2,695 a month. I think that we could get between $2,900 and $3,000 for this during the student rental season. So we'll plug those in and see how it looks. So I'm back in the office and we are going to analyze this deal. Before I go on though, if you're getting value from these videos, please consider subscribing. It will for sure motivate me to create more. My takeaway from our tour today is that the owner clearly has made the right decisions in improving the house. It definitely helps that he is the general contractor, and he says that he prefers to do things the right way. So that's all good by me. I took a look back at the property's history. He bought it in 2015 as a 4-bed, 2-bath. It was about 1,642 square feet at the time, and he paid $200,000 for it then. Now selling it for $400,000. That's a pretty sweet return, I think, for 5 years of ownership. By converting the garage and adding a bathroom, it is a 5-bed, 3-bath now, over 2,100 square feet, and that all significantly increases the rental value. While I would prefer to find a cosmetic remodel, it's very hard to find in our current market without there also being issues with the air conditioning, condenser systems, roof, the plumbing, or something else. These cost centers are very expensive, and they really don't add much market value. So if you do find a fixer with those systems and they're all good, chances are though it will be priced too high, and as an investor I definitely would prefer not to overpay. So considering all of this, in this market I am more than happy to purchase a turnkey at a reasonable price. So back to the property and the garage conversion. They are not allowed everywhere, so if you're watching this and you live in Los Angeles, you may be cringing a little bit, but in Tempe, Arizona, they're pretty common. What is not common, though, is doing it the right way. In this case, the garage drop-down floor has been raised to meet the rest of the house. Ducts and vents have been added, and not only has he installed a new AC condenser on the roof, but it is the correct tonnage for the new square footage. At over 2,000 square feet, you want at least a 5-ton. And that's not always the case, so I'm happy to see that here. And what that really means is that the whole house will get adequate air conditioning coverage, and there won't be any weak points. In addition to the new AC, he's updated the plumbing, and the roof is only 3 years old. The only downside is that he did not pull permits for his remodeling work, and that's a big no-no. That said, though, he did share it with me that he has turned himself in to the city of Tempe, and within the next couple of weeks, he should be able to receive retroactive permits for those. So what I'm doing is, in the purchase agreement, I will include language making the agreement contingent on him getting those permits. So what I'm going to do, and thank you for sticking with me so far, is we're going to look at my financial modeling spreadsheet to see if the numbers check out and if this is a good deal. All right, so this is my financial analysis spreadsheet. I'm with E&G Real Estate Services. I'm an associate broker, and one of the tools that we use to analyze deals is to put the numbers through the spreadsheet to see what you can expect your cap rate to be, your cash on cash return, and everything from your total revenue after principal pay down, to see if this is going to be a good deal for you. So first, we are going to start at the acquisition price. So he is firm on selling it for $400,000, and that's going to be a no commission deal. The minimum I can put down on it is 25%. I have this pre-populated here. Square footage is 2,100 square feet. Let's see. So I've spoken with my lender. The interest rate I'm looking at is 4%, and that's a pretty good rate. It's going to be about a point higher than buying an owner-occupied property now. That's pretty standard for a rental property, and that loan is going to be amortized over 30 years. So looking at the projected rental income, he is going to be renting it soon for $2,650 per month, but we know that we'll be able to get probably about $3,000 for this next year, maybe more, but I like to be a little bit conservative with my numbers. Current annual expenses, property taxes, I looked at 2019, the number was $1,823 a year. That will probably go up with the sale, but that's the closest number I have. Homeowners insurance, liability insurance, $900. Now, some of these expenses here are going to be zero for me because I'm an agent, so I'm not going to pay anyone to lease it. I can do that myself. And then I'm managing it myself too. But we'll take a look at it as I'm doing it, and then I'll add those numbers in so you can imagine what your return would be if you were buying it and you needed to pay somebody to lease it for you and to manage the property for you as well. So we're going to leave that at zero. There's no pool. Maintenance reserve, I plan a maintenance reserve of about $200 per month, but I don't really factor that in. It's very fluid. So I'll just keep that at zero, and I'm going to keep the management fee at zero as well. So you see at $2,650 per month, we reach a return over here of 7.27%, which is solid. It's not spectacular, but one of the real benefits with this deal is I know that I'm not going to have any huge capital expenditures coming up, which would really throw these numbers off. And not everyone factors that in, like, oh, 5 years from now, I'm going to have to buy a new roof. They don't really factor that into the calculations today, but this is a long-term investment for me, so I do. So now let's take a look at it as I'll rent it next year, and that will be for $3,000. Okay, and you can see right here that my return goes up to 8.32%, which is nothing to scoff at. This is very turnkey, and that's a totally solid return, 8.32%. You can look at my my total revenue on the down payment after subtracting my loan costs. So I'll be cash flowing here about $16,000 per year, and hey, that's great by me. Now, I'd like to add in these additional expenses. Let's say if you were having E&G manage the property, so you can see what that would look like. So for management clients, we reduce the cost of leasing from 6%, which is a pretty common market rental commission cost. We take half a month. or an amount equal to half a month. So I'll have equals 3,000 divided by 2. So that would be about 1,500. There's still no pool, so that's good. No expense there. And then the management fee is $85 a month, and then I'll multiply that times 12 so that we can see what that'll look like for the year. So that brings your total return down to 7.69%, which is, again, very solid, especially considering that the roof is updated, new AC, the plumbing systems are all dialed in. So this looks like a totally solid deal, especially because my purchase price is very reasonable considering this is a 5-bed, 3-bath, over 2,000 square feet. Right now, I know if this went on the market, it would go for a higher amount, probably at least $4.25. But at that point, the owner would have to pay commission. So this is just a direct sale. This is what I truly consider to be a win-win. So I'm happy with this. Thank you for joining me today. Again, please consider subscribing. It will motivate me to make more. And be well.